Imagine the chaos of your week dissolving into the quiet rhythm of sand. Imagine broken pieces, the pots you shattered, the dishes you chipped, the wood you meant to toss, not as trash, but as the raw material for deep, unshakable peace. This is the heart of Wabi-Sabi, finding beauty in imperfection. Stop scrolling for a moment and step into a miniature world. We are about to turn that junk pile into a designer Zen retreat that fits right on your windowsill or small balcony. These are the 20 most inspiring, $0 Wabi-Sabi transformations that will make your small space feel vast and your spirit feel finally still. Welcome to Arkan Aesthetic Studio, your sanctuary for turning the forgotten into the beautiful. If you love the idea of crafting a high-end, rustic look without touching your wallet, hit that subscribe button. We release a new series every week to help you transform your small spaces into a storybook landscape. Tell us, where are you watching from today? Let us know in the comments below. And let's begin this journey into tranquility. One, the Broken Heart Karesansui. Close your eyes and let the cool grit of the sand settle beneath your fingers. This is the Broken Heart Karesansui, the ultimate expression of quiet strength. We take the shards of a shattered terracotta pot, the fractured remnants of a cherished dish, and grant them a new, higher purpose. In a world obsessed with perfection, this dry garden teaches us grace. The broken pieces, carefully nestled into the white sand, become miniature mountains and distant islands, their jagged edges softened by the passage of time and the gentle blanket of moss. Watch how the river stones, worn smooth by an unseen current, trace a path of memory, while a solitary piece of weathered wood anchors the scene, a silent witness to transience. Raking the sand here is not a task. It is a conversation with quietness, where every imperfect line brings clarity, and every flaw creates undeniable beauty. It is the cheapest therapy and the most valuable art. Now, let us turn our gaze from the earth's surface to a touch of vintage elegance that sits on the highest ledge. Two, the antique teacup bonsai stand. Imagine a quiet corner, a small sun-drenched ledge, where time seems to slow down. Here sits the antique teacup bonsai stand, a testament to the elegant resilience of life. The fragile porcelain, once meant for morning ritual, now cradles a tiny, ancient tree or a velvet patch of moss. The chipped rim and faded gold trim whisper tales of past conversations, now offering quiet support to new growth. This little display elevates the mundane. An old, discarded chair becomes the pedestal, its rough, weathered wood celebrating the contrast against the teacup's delicate curve. It's an exercise in patience and reverence, honoring the slow, deliberate growth of the bonsai, reminding us that the greatest beauty often requires the longest wait. The teacup is a tiny vessel of life, proving that you don't need a grand estate to house a masterpiece. It brings a refined, almost storybook charm to the smallest space, turning a simple balcony into an artistic retreat. Let's move now to the great illusionist of the small garden, where a simple reflection doubles the size of your world. 3. The Mirror Illusion Pond. Witness the wonder of dimension in a tiny space. Here, a forgotten mirror, spotted with the patina of wear and time, no longer reflects a face, but the entire sky. This is the Mirror Illusion Pond, a simple yet profound trick that turns a cramped area into a tranquil, watery oasis. The old mirror is nestled between river stones and moss, instantly mimicking the perfectly still surface of water, reflecting passing clouds and surrounding foliage. Observe how this illusion doubles your garden's visual space, introducing a mysterious depth that invites contemplation without requiring a single drop of actual water. This is an homage to the idea that what you already possess is sufficient, and with a little creativity, we can transform limitation into opportunity. The mirror, which once served to reflect the self, now functions to reflect the universe within your small garden. It hides its discarded past and becomes a gleaming center of quietude. From the silent optical illusion, let us now turn to an element that speaks: the soft, flowing melody carried upon the breeze. The rusted metal wind chime. Listen now, not just with your ears, but with your soul, to the whisper of the garden. The rusted metal wind chime is tranquility given voice. Forget the manufactured sounds of plastic or glass. This chime is born from the junkyard, old spoons, forgotten washers, or brass keys, repurposed and suspended to catch the softest breath of the breeze. The deep, resonant tones carry the history of their metal, their gentle clatter acting as a call to awareness. In the tradition of Zen, sound is subtle and purposeful, pulling your mind away from distraction and back to the present moment. The patina, the rust, the imperfections on the metal are not flaws. They are character, proof that even the hardest materials yield to time and nature, creating a beautiful music that is both raw and incredibly refined. These handmade bells become the gentle pulse of your retreat, a melody unique to your space. Finally, we arrive at the heart of the miniature world, the simple frame that holds immense peace. The Storybook Drawered Retreat. Imagine a world contained, a landscape pulled from a forgotten storybook, fitting perfectly onto your desk or tiny window ledge. This is the Storybook Drawered Retreat, where an old wooden drawer, destined for the trash, finds its final purpose as a vessel of peace. The raw wood, scarred by its past life, forms the perfect boundary for a miniature desert of tranquility. Fill it with the finest white sand, and place the monumental, moss-covered stone, the mountain you choose to climb in your mind. This space is intimately personal. When the world outside rushes and demands, you simply pick up the tiny rake, crafted perhaps from scrap chopsticks, and begin the soft, quiet ritual of raking patterns. Each line drawn in the sand is an intentional thought released, a worry smoothed over, mimicking the endless, flowing water. It is a powerful reminder that we always have the ability to reset our environment and, consequently, our inner landscape. This retreat proves that the most profound escape is always within reach, and that the simplest containers can hold the greatest calm. Next, We graduate from the tabletop to the small yard, transforming glass and wood into defined, low-cost beauty. Six, the bottle and brick path. As you step away from the desktop and into the small embrace of your backyard, the path itself becomes a form of meditation. Behold the bottle and brick path, a beautiful, zero-cost boundary born from materials too often dismissed. Old wine bottles, stood neck down, catch the sun's light, casting shimmering, playful reflections that dance across the gravel. Each bottle, rescued from the recycling bin, serves as a delicate, jewel-toned edge, framing your miniature world. The neighboring reclaimed bricks, worn by decades of rain and sun, offer a grounding, earthy contrast. They remind us of permanence and connection to the soil. As your feet trace the winding flow of the path, the soft crunch of gravel and the subtle shimmer of the glass create a sensory rhythm, a quiet grounding that separates the ordinary garden space from your area of quiet contemplation. This is not just a walkway, it's a mindful journey where every step is intentional and waste is transformed into luminous elegance. Next, we elevate the sense of intention and retreat with a symbolic gateway, even in the smallest of spaces. Seven, miniature Torii gate threshold. Every journey into peace requires a deliberate beginning. Imagine approaching the miniature Torii gate, a simple, elegant threshold crafted from the weathered memory of old barnwood. This iconic structure, though scaled down for your compact space, retains its profound spiritual significance. It is not just wood, it is a boundary, a quiet invitation to leave the everyday chaos behind and step into the sacred stillness of your garden. Flanked by the sturdy verticals of potted bamboo or the gentle curves of fern fronds, the Torii acts as a visual and psychological marker. Passing beneath its rustic beams is an intentional act, honoring the moment of transition. The simplicity of its form, stripped down to essential lines, embodies the Zen ideal of minimalism. It reminds us that retreat is a choice, and that the greatest magic often lies in the symbolic separation of space. This gate sets the tone for your entire retreat, transforming a simple corner into a place of deep respect and quiet intention. Having defined our space with symbolism, let us now introduce the heart of life and movement, the tranquil sound of water. Eight, the Galvanized Tub Fountain. Water, the ancient symbol of purity and renewal, does not require a grand lake to share its peace. Imagine the quiet, deep resonance of an old galvanized wash tub, now repurposed as the vibrant heart of your garden. The galvanized tub fountain is the essence of rustic tranquility. The worn metal, bearing the history of its previous life, acts as a rustic, grounding basin for the gentle, constant flow of water. Notice how the simple bubbling sound instantly masks the distant noise of the world, drawing your senses inward. Smooth, dark river stones line the bottom, mimicking a natural spring bed and hiding the simple, solar-powered magic that keeps the water cycling. Floating aquatic plants settle on the surface, creating tiny, verdant islands of life and movement. This fountain proves that a peaceful water feature is accessible to everyone, regardless of space or budget. It infuses life, sound, and a subtle energy into your retreat, turning an ordinary corner into a pocket of dynamic calm. From the flow of water, we move to the foundation of stillness, a space designed purely for rest and contemplation. Nine, Concrete Block Minimalist Bench. Find your corner of stillness on the Concrete Block Minimalist Bench. This design strips away all pretense, offering a simple, grounding place for rest that harmonizes perfectly with the earthy tones of a Zen space. The raw, heavy concrete blocks serve as the foundation, reflecting honesty and quiet strength. Notice the clever detail. The hollows of the blocks are not left empty, but filled with tiny succulents or soft moss, integrating the structure into the living landscape. Reclaimed wooden planks span the blocks, offering a warm, inviting seat that is both functional and beautifully unadorned. This bench is a meditation on utility and simplicity. It invites you to pause, whether to read, observe the garden's life, or simply be. The weight of the concrete reminds you to stay grounded, connecting your moment of rest directly to the earth beneath. It is a humble throne of stillness, proving that the most profound comfort comes from simplicity and raw, honest materials. Now that we have a place to sit, let us look to a dynamic detail that adds unexpected magic to our water elements. CD Mosaic Water Basin. Step closer and witness the unexpected brilliance of what was once digital waste. The CD Mosaic Water Basin transforms discarded technology into pure, dynamic art. By cutting old compact discs into irregular shards and lining a simple basin with the iridescent pieces, we capture the shimmering, dancing light of 1,000 tiny rainbows. It is a stunning visual trick. Even when the water is perfectly still, the mosaic beneath creates the illusion of constant, playful motion, mimicking the sunlight breaking upon a gentle ripple. Surrounded by the deep green of floating plants, the basin becomes a focal point of unexpected magic, proving that the most modern forms of trash can be reborn into timeless, natural beauty. This is a powerful statement of upcycling, where the obsolete becomes the sublime. It adds a layer of unexpected joy and reflection to your space, catching the eye and lifting the spirit with its vibrant, ever-shifting light. As the light catches the water, let us now look to how we harness light after the sun dips below the horizon. Scrap metal lanterns. As daylight fades, the garden finds a different kind of magic, guided by the soft poetry of light. The scrap metal lanterns are born from humble, discarded tin cans, transformed through intentional effort. Imagine the simple ritual of punching a pattern, a galaxy of tiny stars, or a subtle wave design into the metal surface. When a warm candle or an LED flicker is placed inside, the can disappears, replaced by a gentle, sacred light that casts delicate, dotted shadows onto the surrounding walls and pathways. This light is not harsh. It is a whisper, functional enough to guide your steps yet poetic enough to set a mood of quiet contemplation. The rustic, weathered look of the metal during the day gives way to a luminous warmth at night, proving that the most profound ambience can be crafted from the materials we usually overlook. These lanterns honor the darkness and the light equally, drawing you deeper into the tranquil soul of your evening retreat. Continuing with our philosophy of reusing the broken, let's explore a highly textural element that creates a miniature mountain range right on your tabletop. The Pallet Wood Corner Deck. Imagine a quiet elevation, a space where you can step slightly above the earth to find clarity. The Pallet Wood Corner Deck is the ultimate zero-cost grounding platform for your small yard. Fashioned from the rough-hewn remnants of discarded shipping pallets, the wood retains its rustic character, the deep grooves, the faint stains, the honest imperfections of its working past. Stripped and laid in simple lines, it creates a warm, textural surface for quiet contemplation or reading. Though compact, this deck defines its own small territory, a space separate from the surrounding gravel or grass. It invites you to remove your shoes, feel the sturdy stability of the wood, and connect directly to the structure you built. Placing a woven mat here transforms it into a dedicated spot for meditation, its subtle rise symbolizing the intentional choice to leave daily noise behind. It's a testament to the fact that foundation and beauty can be built from the most humble of cast-offs. Continuing our deep dive into the miniature world, let's return to the powerful concept of landscapes contained in small fragments. Mini Mountain Terrarium. Turn your gaze inward, where entire continents can exist within a glass sphere. This is the Mini Mountain Terrarium, a contained expression of the vastness of nature, made entirely of found and fractured elements. We utilize the sharp, broken edges of terracotta pots, stacking them carefully to create miniature, rugged mountain peaks. These shards, once signifying an accident, now define the dramatic topography of your enclosed world. Beneath the glass, moss clings to the clay, mimicking ancient forest growth, while carefully placed layers of fine gravel suggest misty valleys and crystalline streams. This tiny environment invites intimate observation and close contemplation. It is a powerful reminder that beauty often arises from the very imperfections we try to discard. The terrarium captures the essence of Wabi-Sabi, the raw, quiet beauty of things that are incomplete and impermanent. Place it on a shelf or desk, and let the small, self-sustaining world inside offer you boundless tranquility. To balance this horizontal piece, we now look at how to create vertical interest and structure in the smallest of yards. Crates as layered stands. In a small space, every dimension matters. The crates as layered stands is the simplest way to inject verticality and visual complexity into your retreat, echoing the natural asymmetry of the world. Imagine old, rugged wooden boxes, perhaps bearing faded stamps of their journey, now repurposed as pedestals. By stacking them at different heights, you create a tiered display that lifts your most cherished plants, the delicate bonsai, the sweeping ferns, towards the light. This arrangement transforms a flat corner into a dynamic landscape, mimicking the mountains and valleys found in classical Japanese staging. It invites the eye to travel, resting on the quiet strength of the wood before moving to the fragile life it supports. The rustic charm of the weathered wood, with its visible knots and imperfections, stands as a humble contrast to the elegance of the plants. This method demonstrates how inexpensive, functional objects can serve a high aesthetic purpose, turning clutter into curated composition. From elevating our plants, let us now define the boundaries of our sanctuary with a gentle, non-isolating structure. (15) Fence Panel Room Divider. Even in the smallest yard, intention creates space. Imagine using an old wooden fence panel, its surface etched with the stories of the seasons, as a subtle divider. This fence panel room divider is intentionally low and weathered, designed not to isolate but to define. By separating a sitting area from a planting bed, it creates a sense of flow and purpose, guiding the eye and gently signaling a shift in energy. The vertical lines of the reclaimed planks provide a grounding, rustic backdrop, especially when contrasted with the feathery movements of tall grasses or bamboo placed just behind it. The beauty lies in the visual connection maintained through the small gaps, ensuring your space feels cohesive, not constricted. This simple, zero-cost structure transforms your yard into distinct rooms, a place for rest and a place for growth, giving your small retreat a much grander, more purposeful narrative. It is a quiet architect, organizing the flow of energy and light. Now, let's inject a playful, colorful rhythm into the pathways that connect these defined spaces. (16) The Bubble Cap Stepping Stones. Let your pathway hold a secret smile. The bubble cap stepping stones introduce an element of whimsical joy to the quiet Zen space, proving that even contemplation can be colorful. These pavers begin with simple, poured concrete, a grounding element, but are instantly personalized by embedding brightly colored plastic bottle caps collected over time. Each cap, a tiny burst of saturated color, becomes a unique bubble of memory, set permanently into the earthy matrix of the concrete. As you walk the path, the rhythm of the steps becomes a gentle reminder that simple reuse can be utterly playful and visually striking. The caps add a unique texture, a touch of found object art that contrasts beautifully with the rough gravel and the soft green of surrounding moss. They guide your journey not with solemnity, but with a light-heartedness, transforming an act of disposal into a permanent, colorful celebration of upcycling. We now turn our attention back to furniture, but this time, creating a powerful statement piece using the remnants of history. (17) Mosaic Bench. Imagine a seat forged from memory, a place to rest surrounded by the quiet narrative of imperfection. This is the Mosaic Bench, a stunning example of how discarded fragments can be unified into a cohesive, enduring masterpiece. We take broken tiles, chipped plates, and remnants of mirror, pieces too beautiful to throw away, and set them in a mosaic that transforms the entire surface. The colors and patterns clash and merge, their individual histories forgotten in the creation of a greater, shared art. Sitting here becomes symbolic. You are literally resting on the acceptance of flaw, finding beauty in the fragmented journey. The roughness of the grout and the sharp edges of the ceramic, now smoothed and sealed, offer a tangible connection to the principle of Wabi-Sabi, which cherishes the worn and the incomplete. It is a designer look achieved with zero material cost, turning what was once destined for landfill into a unique, highly textured focal point that truly tells a story of creative rebirth. From the stability of this seating, let us now look at a water idea that adapts a common discarded household item for a vibrant new purpose. The Bathtub Mini Bog. Turn the concept of a deep, restful soak into a miniature ecosystem. The Bathtub Mini Bog transforms a large, discarded vessel, the old bathtub, into a lush, self-contained wetland, perfect for small yards. Imagine the tub partially sunk into the earth, its worn enamel sides concealed by large, grounding river stones and cascading moss. Its depth is ideal for cultivating moisture-loving plants like water lilies and reeds, creating a vibrant microhabitat that attracts quiet natural life. The surface of the water, still and dark, acts as a deep reflective pool, mirroring the sky and lending an air of profound stillness to the corner. This upcycle is about nurturing life and transforming bulk into beauty. It is a powerful testament to sustainable gardening, taking an object meant for domestic use and giving it back to nature as a haven for tranquil ecology. It proves that the promise of a full, serene garden can be contained, managed, and achieved in the most unexpected of large vessels. Finally, we return to the most intimate form of Zen practice, a simple, desktop ritual framed by memory. Picture frame Kerosis. Imagine harnessing the vast calm of the desert into a single, intimate frame. The picture frame Kerosis transforms a discarded frame, an object meant to hold a static memory, into a dynamic tool for mindfulness. By simply filling the empty enclosure with fine sand and placing a handful of smooth river stones and a miniature rake within, you create a personal Zen garden accessible right on your busiest workspace. This is the simplest, most fundamental act of retreat. The frame defines your moment of stillness, marking it off from the surrounding clutter. When anxiety rises, the gentle, repetitive motion of drawing perfect, flowing waves in the sand becomes a moving meditation, allowing your thoughts to slow and clarity to emerge. The simplicity of the materials, the natural wood and the raw stone, reaffirms the beauty found in nature's quiet essentials. This Kerosis is a powerful symbol, mirroring the vast inner calm these gardens represent, offering quiet solace in even the most chaotic days. To complete our list, we turn our attention back to the ground, focusing on a robust, structural idea made from the most common building material. 20. Planter platform from bricks. To conclude our journey, we return to the most fundamental connection: the earth and the weight of history. Imagine raising your most treasured plants onto the planter platform from bricks, giving them a visual elevation that speaks of importance and permanence. These are not new, uniform bricks, but reclaimed remnants, each bearing the texture, chips, and varying hues of its past life. Stacked simply into a solid, low platform, they introduce a powerful geometric anchor to the organic flow of the garden. The platform serves as a stage, framing the lush greens of your planters and separating them from the raw gravel floor. It symbolizes thoughtful curation, turning the humble action of elevating a pot into a deliberate act of design. The warmth of the old red earth beneath your container connects your garden to a timeless material, reinforcing the honest, grounding energy of the rustic aesthetic. By utilizing these simple, found foundations, you honor the material's past while lifting your present life and beauty toward the sun. The garden is not merely a place of growth, but a mirror reflecting the calm we carry within. Each piece of broken tile, each line raked in the sand, reminds us that even damage can hold grace, and simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Carry this piece with you. The magic of your small, storybook retreat is now waiting for you, built by your own hands from the fragments of the past. If this series inspired your next $0 DIY, like and share this video, and join us next week as we explore more beautiful, budget-friendly transformations. Until then, breathe deep and keep building your perfect, peaceful space.